Thank you for watching EVH Gear Discussion. Brought to you in part by VanHalenStore.com. Please be sure to subscribe. Thank you.
Welcome to EVH Gear Discussion, the weekly EVH talk show officially recognized by the Van Halen News Desk, sponsored by VanHalenStore.com and our good friends at Simple Signs and Graphics. From Ontario, Canada, my name is Eric Broadmet, your host this evening, and it should have been last evening. I hope everyone can hear me okay. Here in Ontario, Canada, I tell you, we have some of the best technology in the world here in Canada, but we also have, I swear to God, the worst hydro, electricity, power companies. Hydro's been going out left and right. You get the slightest bit of wind, hydro is out. You get some rain, hydro is out. So a couple nights back, we lost hydro. It didn't affect the show because it wasn't a show night. However, hydro went out, power, and then cable was out for almost 24 hours. And I run a small business, multimedia business as well, where it very, very much depend on internet access. And when I'm without internet, I'm crippled. So we're back in business. The show goes on. This is kind of a make good show for last night. A lot of you tuned in a couple nights back when I did the live unboxing with Eric Jr.'s birthday. On Thursday it was, March 9th. Little Eric come on the show with me, and we did the unboxing of the amplifier, which you can see back there right now, the EVH 5150III LBXII, codenamed Lunchbox. So I've got the new one back there as well. Before I get into this little demo and tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the chat here. I just have to maximize my screen a little bit. I want to say hi to everyone. Hopefully, let me know in the chat as well, too, if everything's working good, sound is good, level's good, all that good stuff. Let's have a look here. All right, so we got a lot of people in the chat. We've got RXR in Arizona, or AZ, I guess, that's Arizona. Poison Ivy, as always. Michael Bishop says, are you going to be playing a little on the clean side of the LBX2, Eric? I've been trying to find a demo of it play clean. Yes, I am. And not only am I going to be playing it clean, I'm going to show you how much I love it clean. And I'm going to show you how nice it accepts dirty pedals. I'm talking not pedals that have a lot of debris on them. I'm talking about overdrive and distortion pedals. So I'm going to be playing that as well too, clean. I'm going to be showing you the great blue channel, which is just absolutely insane, and I'm going to be showing you how it accepts pedals, both to the front of the amplifier and to the loop. And I believe this might be one of the very first, I could be wrong, but it could be one of the very first live demos of this amplifier on the air as far as a full demo and review. So yes, long story to that, long answer to that question. So let me see here. Surfcat Matt's joining us as well. Darren Moore, I'm ready. Yes, all right. Frank McNeil, let's rock and roll. Cutter Savage, what up, everyone? Center's joining us. Adam, hello, Adam. Good evening, everyone. Frank C, awesome. A Saturday night treat with Eric and friends. I appreciate that. Thank you. And yes, you are all friends. Let me see here. Surfcat Matt, yes. Good evening, everyone. Frank McNeil's give me the thumbs up basically on sounding good. So everything sounds good. Okay, Poison Ivy's addressing some questions there. Mark Taylor, hello everyone. Dirty Apes Inc. Mark Z, Dan Willite. What's up, Eric? Saturday is better for me anyway. Fantastic, good. I'm glad. If that means we can get a couple more people, that's great. More power. Yes, we need lots more power, Sir Cat Matt. Sound is perfect, buddy, from what Adam's saying. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Quentin James, all good. I know the pop filter was a big improvement. And I got to say a funny story about that, too. I was cheap, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a pop filter, but I did. This one is what a lot of YouTubers are using from Whisper Technic, and it's like a $20-some-odd pop filter, and they shipped it in a box like this. It was crammed into this other box, and then it had all kinds of air bubble stuff in there. They could have shipped it in a bubble envelope, and it actually had a divot in the windscreen. It's since popped out, but just my little rant on that. I didn't want to spend a lot of money, but it is worth it. I think it sounds a lot better. Rockbiter, good evening, Eric. Explain the sweet purple Wolfgang you have, please. Okay, I'll give you a quick tour on this one. This is the Indonesian standard transparent purple. This is actually their entry-level guitar line, and don't let that fool you, because this has now become my favorite guitar. Been fully upgraded with the Futone products, and if you're not familiar with Futone, just go back and look at some of the other videos on the website here. Probably almost every other video, if not every video, talks about Adam and Futone. So we've got the big brass block, The noiseless springs. I do have a trem stopper installed, but it's just disabled at this point because I don't need it. Got all the titanium string lock blocks, all the stainless steel hardware, stainless steel up here as well. You probably can't see that. There you go. So there you go. And let me see here. Frank McNeil says his 9-year-old daughter, it's her first show. Fantastic. Frank, and to your daughter, well, obviously we try to keep it very family friendly here. There'd be no bad words or anything like that. And I try my best not to slip out and say bad words. So very nice to have your daughter watching. It's fantastic. Just like Eric Jr. as well, Bane Rocks. He's only 11, but he's been a big part of the show too. So it's for the family as well. There's a lot of families that watch with their parents and stuff like that. So awesome. Thanks. That's great. Chris Kerr is joining us. William Gallo, Dan Wagner, Frank McNeil, Keith Murray, Hey Eric, and Surfcat Matt. All right, so I'll jump back to that in a little bit. I'll go over the chat some more. So what I'm doing right now, and I might be doing a little bit of pedalboard dancing here as well, and I'll get to another story about pedalboard shortly this evening as well too. I've got my pedalboard down in front of me right on the floor, and I have to remember as well too to roll the mics back. I'm playing excessively loud in here tonight, much louder than I normally do, and there's a reason why I'm playing loud with this Lunchbox. I guess maybe we'll do some of that now. Talk about the Lunchbox II. All right, so what I'm going to do for a brief moment, just for some of you that haven't seen the show the other night when I did the live unboxing, I'm going to just go back for a second and show you the video at NAMM, NAMM 2017 from the EVH Gear booth, and you're going to get to see me getting the first hands-on look at this amplifier. It's not me playing the amplifier. I have that in another video, but I figured I'd show you that tonight. But let's go back and have a look at what the Lunchbox is all about live from NAMM.
Okay, last but not least, we have a new amp to the family.
I've been waiting for this one.
LBXII. The original LBX1 had the famous blue and red channels, okay, from the amps. This one has a new defined clean, like the EL34.
Yeah.
Okay, and it also has a different blue channel. It's a little more compressed, it's wet, but it still has really open, chimey sensation. It depends on how high you get your gain.
Yes.
One big thing you'll also see is dual concentric knobs. So on the clean and the overdrive, you can separate them two with volume and gain, but you'll have global EQ and presence and resonance.
Love that.
Reason is, on clean, if I want sparkle, I'm going to run my gain low.
Yeah.
I'll run my volume there. On my channel 2, I'll run my gain high if I'm playing rock, and I'll run my volume probably there. And then now when you switch, it's level match. There's no jump.
No jumps. That's good.
No jump at all. So that's new to this amp. It has 2 EL84 JJs, 4 12AX7 JJs. It has an all-tube effects loop, just like the original.
Resonance?
Resonance knob. It also has a quarter switch, so you can go from 15 watts to 3.5.
Love that as well.
Okay?
A lot of people are really mistaken how loud this thing can be.
It's monstrous.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Like a lot of the shows that you've seen some of my shows doing to demos, it's actually too loud for the room on a quarter of a power.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. People are surprised at the show when I'm demoing it, or I'm having an artist demo it, or I'm just showing how low it is, and they see where the knob is at, and then I'll start turning it to even 3 o'clock, like a clock.
Yes.
And it's like, it's so loud, it's so bassy, it's so big, and they're like, it's coming out of that?
I know.
So that's the cool thing.
You know something else that's really, really cool? Take a second of your time. What we find on the show a lot is with the new Lunchbox, the thing I think it's going to be great about, there are some players that still like to run overdrive pedals and things to their amps, and the 5150s have been very good for taking the pedals. So I think this is going to be not only a hot seller because it's got the clean channel now that everyone's really wanted, but you technically could have a 3-channel with one of your favorite overdrive pedals.
Yeah, you could do that as well, and notating on the effects loop how good this takes effects.
Yes.
So we recently just did a video with one of our artists, Jordan Ziff, and through this amplifier with verb or delay, it really opens up the amp a lot with clean and or with gain to see what it does when you input something through the effects loop. So that's something that's really important on this amp to show, which we try and do on the videos. But proof's in the pudding. I think you really just need to buy one and check it out. Yeah, you buy it, you won't regret it. It's amazing. It's only 15 pounds. There's an optional gig bag that you can buy that streets out at $49. Perfect. You can put all your stuff in there.
I do like the cosmetics of it as well too, because a lot of people are going to want to have the old one, the new one, and they're not the same thing with a different package. It's nice. It took some time in that as well.
Yeah, so we did a white cage. We did black front as opposed to a black cage and white front on the original LBX.
I love it. So there we go. Some of you actually saw that the other night when I did the live unboxing. We have a few new people here this evening as well too. So I figured I would just, show that video as well so you could get a look and kind of right from the horse's mouth what the amplifier is like. I'm going to get right into the demo and review in just a moment. There's a few other people that have jumped into the chat. I just want to acknowledge them because, you guys and girls take your time out of your days and your weekends and all that kind of stuff. At least I can do is acknowledge you. So your mom is joining us again. I love that name. Surf Cap Matt, guitar is sweet. Let me see. Dan Wagner, you'll be lucky if my 2.5-year-old son will. Once Svetlana says all the purple one's still available, and I'd commented back saying purple and blue still in production. And down below, out of order here, but Joe Suma saying yes, purple is still available, and Joe actually runs Greenwich Music as well too. Try to find Joe, look him up on Facebook, look up Greenwich Music on Facebook. I'm not sure of his website address, but look up Greenwich Music anyways. He's an EVH dealer, and he's got some fine product in there as well. He can get that for you as well. So Joe, I'm sure Joe can take care of you and give you some extra personal touch that you don't get from some of the big box stores. Michael Kennedy, Carl Ching, 5150, I love that. Let me see here. Adam says, I loved your amp demo at NAMM. You were possessed that day. It's actually funny. I appreciate that. It's a very nice comment. I had played just previously to that at the PV booth, and I'm a big PV lover, like a lot of us are. And I played that new amplifier of theirs, and actually I think that was on request of Sinner. I think Sinner had asked me to go check that amp, or someone did, one of our regulars, and I played it. And oh man, it sounded like I just started playing guitar the day before. It was not good. Unfortunately, the Mojo was there with me at the EVH booth, and if I'm going to fail at either booth, I'd rather fail at the PV booth than fail at the EVH Gear booth. So that was good. So thank you, I appreciate that. Let me see. Oh, Joe says he has a gorgeous purple burst in stock. Hit me up if interested. Do that for sure. Very, very nice. And every even though it's a veneer top on the top here, every piece of wood is different. So you take a look, and Joe will show you some pictures of the top. They're very beautiful. I happen to like this one. We have two of them here in the house, and each has its own characteristic on the top. Let me see here. Guitar Freak Bear, very nice. Solana says, okay, Joe. Russell Tabor is joining. Hey, Eric, how is everyone? I think everyone's doing really good. Chris Kerr says, I have the first edition Lunchbox, and it's a great sounding head. Can't wait for the breakdown Lunchbox II. Hello there, Eric and everyone, from Michael Smith. Let me see here. Gary Davlin. Hello, first time on show. Gary, very, very nice to have you. I'm thrilled, and I hope that you like the show enough that you'll come back for more. I'll do my very best to keep it entertaining for you. And I'll try to keep it flowing as well, too. I know everyone's waiting for me to get into the demo, and I promise I will. I just feel like I owe so many people just thank yous. Let me see. Joe's a good guy. Michael saying, I agree. Let me see here. Okay, there we go. The only Rick James. Hey, Eric, how are you doing? I'm the guy with the weird nickname on your stream on your son's birthday. This one's easier. I love it. It was a very, very weird long name. And so he's changed it to the only Rick James. I love it. That's great. Craig, your guitar wannabe. What up, Adam? And speaking of purple, Craig's done some really cool stuff. He showed it on his Facebook page. He's got the same guitar, and he was experimenting with some different looks with some cream pickup rings and things like that. It looked awesome. And yes, so Adam says, you're on fire, buddy. Goosebumps. Okay, so before I even make any sounds, I'm going to give you, people are always asking, what's the difference between the Lunchbox 1? There we go. I got my thumb on the right one. And then the Lunchbox 2. All right, so obviously on the Lunchbox 1, you have a dirty channel and an insane channel, blue and red, okay? So the blue is quite well, I wouldn't say it's insane. It's definitely the brown sound chunky tone, very, very nice. On both those amps, I put the mid knob rate to 10 and pretty much snap them off. And it has the very, very high gain red channel. And that's it. You can't really get a super, super, super clean sound out of the first Lunchbox. There are millions of people that say, roll your volume back and you can clean up a little bit. If you're playing on higher volumes, roll your volumes back on the guitar. You might clean up a little bit. But a lot of people were requesting a clean channel on if there was another version of the Lunchbox coming. Excuse me. And that is here now. And that's, you can see right now, the green light's on there back there. So now we have a green channel and a blue channel. All right, the green channel is a clean channel. The blue channel is a dirty channel. Now, here's the differences between the two. Like that's differences, obviously, but here's where the big noticeable difference is. And a lot of people are thinking I'm going to be giving, sunshine, blowing smoke, one of those, trying to keep the family-friendly words here, and a biased review because I'm an EVH nut. I'm an EVH artist, right? You think I'm going to give the smoke and mirrors review. There was something that bothered me about the new Lunchbox amplifier. Now, it's nothing to, panic and, smash the windows and buildings and tip cars upside down. It's nothing like that. But turn it on. The clean I fell in love with instantly. I was waiting for the clean, and I got the clean. I loved it. It's everything I'd hoped for and more. But playing at very low, this was on Thursday night when we did the unboxing, late in the evening. Little Eric and I hooked it up. And so it's later in the evening, I'm playing a little quieter. It doesn't really matter. I don't have any neighbors that are going to be bothered by it. However, I was just keeping it down a little bit. And the dirty channel, when I went from clean to the dirty channel on low volumes, I was underwhelmed. But don't let that here again. Don't run and scream, and don't lynch me yet. I was worried. For overnight, I was actually worried. Okay, it was a fizzy sound in the distortion. Now, what was the remedy to that? Turn it up. So here's the difference between the Lunchbox 1 and Lunchbox 2. Lunchbox 1, you can play your dirty channels, either one of them, at bedroom levels, and they sound pretty full. Turn them up, they sound great and full. The Lunchbox 2 at extreme low levels, like something you would play like a CD player, like an MP3 player through a little, speakers or something like that, or your computer speakers, that volume level, a little fizzy. The amplifier needs to be brought up. Now that was both at the 15 watts and then at the quarter power switch. As soon as I brought that up to a little bit of volume, the amplifier, it sold me over. So there you go. That's the only thing I'm saying that's a little different between the first gen and the second gen. You can play the first gen a little quieter. This one here, you can play clean quiet, but the distortion channel, you have to open it up a little bit. So hopefully you find that as a favorable and at least an honest review. And like I said, don't get me wrong. Once you turn it up, you'll never turn it back down. It's absolutely amazing. Now, another thing I'd like to say too is how it reacts to pedals. It reacts to pedals beautifully. Right now, I'm running several pedals to the amplifier. I have several through the loop, and I have several going to the input of the amplifier. I'll give you a breakdown of what I'm running, and then you're going to get to hear this as well, okay? So I'm running right now to the front of the amplifier, not all at the same time, but pedals that are going to the front of the amplifier. EVH wah, EVH flanger, the J Rocket Audio Designs Tranquilizer, which is a tremolo / vibe / phasing type pedal, the MXR analog chorus, the MXR EVH 5150 overdrive. Yes, I can proudly say that I'm running that into a Lunchbox. Sounds phenomenal. My TU2 tuner from Boss. That's for the input. Now going through the loop. Did I say the MXR phaser? I think so. Yes. Through the loop, I have the Boss NS2 noise suppressor, the Boss OC3 super octave, Boss RV5 reverb. Second last in line is the new EP booster from Exotic. Did a review on that one as well. You can check it out on the channel. And my now holy grail pedal, my Boss DD500 digital delay. So that's what we've got. I see a lot of comments coming in here. Okay, I just see one that's out of order here, but I'm going to go to it right now. Michael Smith, do both the blue channels sound the same on both amps? No. That's another very, very important thing. The blue channel on the new Lunchbox is totally revved up. It's kind of, some people have been saying it's a combination of the blue and the red. Somewhere between the two on the first gen, so it's pretty insane. My gain on that amplifier back on the dirty channel right now is at about just between the 12 and 1 o'clock position, so just barely over the 12 o'clock position. So I'm going to give you some clean samples as well first, with strictly just some reverb and delay, and then I'm going to add a couple other effects as some ambiance to show you how beautiful the LBX2 accepts pedals to the front of the amplifier and to the back. So I'm going to roll off my vocal microphone here, roll up the other ones here. I may just experiment with levels so I'm not clipping your ears off. Headphone warning alert, and we'll see what we got. So give me one moment here. I'm going to bring up the gain. I've got two microphones now back on the 412 cabinet, and I've got them each panned left and right. So we should get, not going to get a full stereo separation, but you should get a good tone, okay? Bear with me. I'm just going to roll this mic back, and I'll see what we have for levels. So what do you think of that? That's the clean channel. Does that sound pretty good? Let me see here. I'll have to get back to the questions here in a moment. So there you go. There is the actual clean channel. And I'm going to show you what it sounds like with the MXR 5150 overdrive going to the front. So you ready for this? This is the overdrive going to the clean channel of the amplifier. Here we go. So there you go. That actually is an overdrive running to the clean channel on the Lunchbox II. I absolutely love it. Couldn't do that on the first gen. Now, a lot of people that watch the videos on my channel here see that I run it through the 100-watt half stack back there. Sometimes on the clean channel, it sounds great. So by having a distortion pedal, overdrive pedal with the Lunchbox II, you can essentially have 3 channels. Really, really cool. I'm going to jump over to the chat here for a quick second, and then I'm going to show you some really cool stuff I'm going to do with the amplifier in conjunction with the Boss DD500. I'm going to, because tonight's episode is kind of showing you this benefit of the clean channel, I'm going to loop some clean phrases, and then I'm going to live improv over top of them. So let's go back to the chat. I know I've missed a bunch here, so let's jump back over to the chat. Let me see here. Where did I leave off? Let me see here. I see some in the house comments. Okay, so we're back around Gary, who was one of the first times on the show. The only Rick James, good. Okay, we're back to where it was. JJ Collins is jumping in, saying hello, everyone. U.S. American made guitars, Eric, learning so much from your show. I appreciate that. Thank you immensely. And I think I'm too loud. I'm going to bring that back. Sorry if I'm clipping your ears. Let me see here. Okay, so Quentin says in the house, so we have to let that slide. Let me see here. Eliza Koo, I think, or says hello. Let me see here. Okay, there's a name I haven't seen on here before. Fart Icanoobs, hey Q. Darren Moore, let me see here. Sir Cat Matt, are you playing through the 412? I am playing through the 412, that's correct. And Mark Z says need to break it in. And that was a question I answered of Michael's, who was asking about the blue channels in both amps. Let me see here. Thank you for the kind words here, fellows. Lee Dunn, hello from Bama. Again, that's very nice. Let me see here. Budweiser Time, Adam says, yeah, a cold drink would be nice right now. Darren Moore says he thinks the Lunchbox 2 channel acts like the old red channel 2. The red channel on the Lunchbox 1 needs to be opened up too before it sounds amazing. Good point. Very fair point. Let me see here. Mark C says, sounds great, man. Love the clean. Darren Moore, great clean. Sounds beautiful. Poison Ivy saying, great. Thank you, everyone. Dan Willite saying, nice. Keith Murray said, sounds great. Clean sounds beautiful. Yeah, just seeing for amazing. Eric from Alan Speak. Let me see here. Quentin James, wow. Clean sounds plus with the overdrive. Nice playing and sound. Gary Davlin, our new fan, says, sounds really good. And there we go. Now the brown sound. Yeah, we're getting some great comments. Scott Tucker at the very end there as well, too. Sounds good, Eric. Thank you. All right, so what I'm going to do here, and bear with me, it is a bit of a pedal dance here. I'm going to try to play a little bit of a phrase. I'll go back to clean. Let's see if I got this. Okay, so on the Boss DD500 delay, I have to hit a button and hold it for a few seconds, and it goes into record mode. And you might have heard me playing this one riff. Kind of goes like... That's one of my songs, so I'm going to do a little bit of a lead over top of that. So let me kill the vocal mic here and see what we can do. And I'll be using the... I'm going to do 2 things just to show you. I'm going to play clean, record that, and I'm going to play with the MXR overdrive as my lead sound first, and then I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to play the same lead passage with the distortion on the amplifier. And I haven't even showed you that yet. You're going to love that, so bear with me. Okay, so that's that phrase. I'm playing the lead with the MXR overdrive. Now I'm going to play that same phrase again. I've got it stored in the pedal, and I'm going to play it. I'm going to use the real distortion of the Lunchbox II. You'll see the switch go from green to blue. Watch this. Here we go. So what do you think of that? That's pretty cool. I could have actually had a little bit more volume on that, and I think I might sneak back there in a minute and bring the lead channel up just a little bit. It was kind of hard to balance it in the room, especially with the clean, the distortion, and the distortion down here. But let's go over to the comments and the chat. We'll see what people think of that. Let me see here. Let's go back. Let me see here. How much gain on the overdrive pedal, Eric? Good question. That is the gain is about the 3 o'clock position. So it's pretty hot, but not with the boost enabled. So it's pretty hot on the overdrive pedal. And the gain back there on that distortion is at about, like I said earlier, between the 12 and the 1 o'clock position, just barely past the 12. And I do have to crank that up back there a little bit. It needs to be a bit louder in the distortion channel. Frank McNeil saying, awesome. Let me see, Rocamp 56. Good evening, Eric and everyone. Sounds amazing for a small amp, just like, or it sounds like it could be used in a live gig. Yeah, you could use it in a live gig, no problem. JJ Collins says, sounds great, Eric. Thank you for doing this live demo. And Adam is one of the biggest supporters. Get those thumbs up, he's saying. Thank you, I appreciate that. We have 24 thumbs up right now and 5 thumbs down. Well, it's amazing. But you know what? Thanks, guys, even for the 5 thumbs down. I know you hate watching the show, and you know, whatever. Let me see. Sinner says EVH cabs have greenbacks in them. Let me see. Scott Tucker, I'm patiently waiting to hear those wet, dry wets. Darren Morris, Sinner, have the EVH design selections? Or they have the EVH design selections, but I know they're based off of greenbacks. JJ Collins says they're based off of 20-watt greenbacks. Sinner says thanks. Alan Speak, beautiful, clean sound. Let me see. Quentin James just shared on my Guitar Talk Facebook page. I appreciate that. That's fantastic. Thank you. Smooth from U.S. American-made guitars. Frank McNeil, what's a level set at on the MAR? I'm not sure. Oh, and he probably means MXR. Yes, he got it. It was autocorrect. The level between the clean and distortion is about the same as far as the output. And it's around the 11 o'clock position on here just to balance off the clean back there, so it's not too much of a jump. Let me see here. Quentin James, I'd really like to hear this in your room. Sounds good on my laptop, though. Let me see here. Oh, man, just killer. Mark Z, killer as well. The only Rick James, the blue channel sounds so great, but much better than the green one. Yes, it's cool. Right on. Needs some whammy. Yeah, it'd be cool. The Digitech whammy pedal would be cool in there. Darren Moore, I like the blue channel. EVH designs the best sounding distortion channels. I agree. Scott Tucker, maybe they'll come out with a third LBX possibly with EL34s. Would absolutely love to hear that. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. They're always leapfrogging, I think, just like computers, right? Always the next generation, always in production. You never know. Keith Murray, blue is awesome. Rockbiter, a warmer tone with the lead channel. Poison Ivy says our neighbors will be hearing more of Eric in the future, that's for sure. Adam says his neighbors love him. Sean Zimmerman jumping in. Poison Ivy saying hi. Frank, see the thumbs down from your neighbors. Oh, there you go. That could be. You never know. I have a feeling I know where they're coming from, but it's all good. It's all good. You know what? It doesn't bother me. Dan Willite, so good. What is your loop playing through? I noticed it stayed clean while you changed channels. Yes, because what is happening is the DD500 is going through the effects loop, so it doesn't matter if I put tons of stuff up in front of it. It's being in the loop, right? So whatever, the loop will not be processed as far as distortion or overdrive and whatnot, so it will stay clean. If I was to use the overdrive pedal into that when I was playing at the time, it would capture whatever you heard at that time, and it would be looped as well. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to flick it over to my Be Right Back screen, and I'm going to just go turn up that amplifier a little bit and get just a bit more, just a hair more volume on the dirty channel. Okay, just bear with me for one quick sec. Don't go away. If this is actually the time, if you want to go grab a quick drink, you'll have about 45 seconds to do that. So I will be right back.
Watching EVH Gear Discussion. We'll be right back. Please be sure to subscribe.
Now, was I kidding or what? I was totally accurate when I said I'd be right back. I don't even think you had time to get a drink. Everyone's running out right now going, oh, darn, he's back. I think I've got the volume now. 1 second. Let me roll my vocal mic back and just see what my distortion channel sounds like. It's probably going to be too loud now, I'm afraid. There we go. Now we're talking a little bit more. And I know I had something planned for you here too with the dirty channel. And I totally have lost my my train of thought. I'm trying to think what it was. There's another thing I was going to do with the delay pedal, and it was working pretty cool too. Oh, you know what I'll do here? Let's go back and we're going to do the clean. I'm going to do a clean phrasing with the Wolfgang here. I'm going to play a clean passage, and then I'm going to go to the actual blue channel. So I'm going to go back to green now. All right, going to play a clean passage. This is another song I've been working on for probably 25 years. Hopefully one day we'll see the light of day. And it's actually been Charlie Stinchcomb, Liquid Charlie, and I have started working on this one as well now too. So we'll probably now see the light of day. So let's give you an idea what it sounds like using the amp. No distortion pedal, going from clean to distortion. So I'll roll this back. We'll give this a try, all right? Kind of an 80s throwback of one of my songs. So what are your thoughts on that? That's the amp itself, all by itself, no distortion pedals, green channel, blue channel. I'm totally in love with it. Like I said earlier, you just have to open it up a little bit. I'm going to jump back over to the chat, and then I'm going to come back and talk a little bit about a Pedalboard project. I'm going to give you more insight on it. I've been hinting at this and dropping little hints here and there. Let's jump over to the chat. Okay, so let me see here. Let's go back a little bit. I wish there was a thing in the chat where you could actually highlight it and say, this is where I left off. Let me see. Very cool. I see a couple comments that I'm very happy with. Let me see here. Okay, so Dan Wilhite, that's where we left off, talking about how the clean remained clean through the loop at the time. Do yourselves a favor too, look up that Boss DD500. I took off 2 Boss pedals, 2 DD3s off my board, which I never thought I would do, replaced it with a DD500. It's got the Roland SDE 3000 in here. You can do Cathedral with this stuff. It's awesome. It's awesome. And I wasn't going to say the F word. I was going to say freaking awesome. So we're all good. Let me see here. Rocamp. Let me see. Really can play any style of music on it. Yes, I agree. From clean country to twang to metal to whatever. Okay, so Adam Powers. This is a tough question. So if you could only have one, either the LBX1 or the LBX2, which way would you go? Well, I'm going to be honest, okay? I'm going to be honest because if I just said, I got to be honest. I don't want to offend anyone that has a Lunchbox 1. I have a Lunchbox 1. I would prefer the Lunchbox 2 for one reason. I'm sure everyone can, this should be a trivia question. Why would I want this one better? It's got the clean channel, a beautiful, beautiful clean channel, and it can take pedals. Overall, it's a more versatile amplifier. I bring it to a gig, you can have maybe a tube screamer, or even in this case, the MXR 5150 or a BE overdrive from Friedman. I prefer this one. I think it's a little bit more versatile. Should you run out and sell your other one and get the other one? No. And I thought about that too. Should I get rid of the first one? Absolutely not. I want to keep it. I like it. There's going to be times I'm going to play it a lot now too. Excuse me, but that one back there is now my favorite. But I do like the LBXII better than the first generation for that clean channel. So there you go. I hope you feel that's a fair answer. And if people can afford it, keep both of them. They're not that expensive, and I know every dollar counts these days. If you can't afford both, keep them both. Let me see here. Mark Z says OD pedal and blue channel almost sound the same. Great freaking amp. Yes, I agree. Adam's saying he's starting to love that Boss delay. I love it too. It's my favorite pedal right now. I like the loop, Adam. Let me see. Sounds great. Crank her right up. Let me see. Darren Moore says, nice to see the effects loop sounding much better on every amp EVH Gear releases. Yeah, it is a very beautiful effects loop, the way it takes effects and not sounding over-processed or under-processed or whatever. It's just nice. Sounds great. There's kind of a common thread. Sustained for days. The only Rick James says, Eric, I really love your show. At first I thought Dad rocks in his bedroom and whatever, but now I really love it. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's evolving. And believe me, a year ago it was just Dad rocks in his bedroom. That certainly was. The show's growing slowly but surely. Thank you. Slowly but surely. Thank you. Let me see here. The clean part sounds very Megadeth-ish. I like it. Thank you. And that's back in the day when I wrote that piece. I was listening to a lot of, the Dokken, Iron Maiden, all that stuff, everything back then. So some of it obviously rubbed off a little bit. Let me see here. Let me see. Megadeth is definitely in the song. Thank you. Nick Vi, great and warm sound. I was going to say Jake E. Lee. Cool. Another huge influence of mine. I love Jake E. Lee. Got to see him once with Ozzy on the Bark at the Moon tour. That was great. Lynch meets Jake E. Lee. Very nice. Nice clean. What about the next Van Halen tour? Any idea? No idea, but I'm looking forward to it. Let me see here. Frank C says switching channels seems very smooth. Let me see here. Chris, if anyone gives this guy the thumbs down for his hard work and sharing with us, just leave, clowns. There you go. You know what I mean? I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing it for you guys. I love to play, bar none. But it's nice when you have an audience as well too. I really love that. It's nice, and you guys appreciate it. The ones that do appreciate it, it's awesome. I just love it. Let me see. Any other ones that don't? That's fine too. I love them too. Let me see here. Bill Campora says you're using EP booster on that, Eric. Yes, I am. And my new favorite spot now for the EP booster is in the loop. It's in the loop, and I really love it there. I find if I use it to the front of the amplifier, even at its lowest gain setting, which it still is in the loop, it just adds a bit of breakup to some of my clean pedals that I don't want to break up at all. That being the tranquilizer, the phaser, things like that. Even the chorus. When I want shimmering clean, I want shimmering clean. But in the loop, it sounds really, really nice, and it's just before the delay. Let me see here. I just got here. This is from Paul Roden. Says, did I hear you're using the MXR 5150 with the Lunchbox II? Yes, I was. And I might do some more playing in a moment. But if you miss that, Paul, when the video is done, just replay it back. And I've used it in several different instances, and I try to very clearly say where I'm using it. And I think I'll edit the description later on too when it's done, and I'll put timestamps of where I use the different pedals, and that'll be easy for people to navigate. But I'm really, really liking it. Now, something I want to do just for a moment, I'm not sure if they're watching tonight at all too, but I've been talking about this for a while. A lot of people know that I've been, as long as I've been an EVH endorsee, I've been working with Pedal Snake, and even longer. I've been working with Pedal Snake for probably, I'm going to do this venture, I guess I'm around actually close to 17 years, because my band started out in 2000 and picked up Pedal Snake right shortly into our band's inception. or whatever when we started, and Pedalsnake has been a great supporter of me ever since, and I love the company. Jody Page has been good, and some of you saw me do an unboxing. David Nesdal was on my show a good week or so back when I got the box from Pedalsnake. They built me a custom snake, and by the way, Gustavo Gonzalez, if you're watching, Jody will be in touch with you soon. I gotta share emails with you, each of you guys, and you guys can discuss pricing on Pedalsnake. Gustavo wants to have the same one I've got. He loves it. Does everything I could possibly ever ask for, and it's down below me. You can't see it right now. Send and returns. The 7-pin DIN to my 5153. It's got two 9-volt power lines, an 18-volt power line, an extra line for wireless. It's absolutely phenomenal. Totally love it. And it's very transparent and very, very cool. But thanks to Jody, I'm working with another great company called IdeaBench. You got to look these guys up. Rick and Joanna, they run the company at ideabench.com. Phenomenal people. And I am going to show you a little gallery here. This is my pedal board is built. It was assembled the other day. It is physically shipped, and UPS is telling me I'll have it here on Friday. So I've been talking about doing this video multi-part series, unboxing parts, assembling parts, doing demos of parts. So part 1 is already done. The Pedalsnake arrived. I did the unboxing. Part 2, the IdeaBench is going to be coming on Friday. And let's go. I can talk while I'm showing you the picture, so let's do that. Make a lot more sense. So there you go. You're looking at, if you can see that on the screen, you are looking at the Fastback GT pedal board from IdeaBench. That's a 1/4-inch jack on the right-hand side of the pedal. That will be my guitar line. Will run to that. Okay, and that I'm going to tell you exactly what the description is of the Fastback GT, and that's the color. That's my exact color. The Fastback GT this is from ideabench.com, says the flagship of the line, the Fastback GT is for the serious pedal fanatic with room for 20 to 22 standard sized pedals. You have also have plenty of room underneath for multiple power supplies or switcher units. No more two-stepping from side to side. The Fastback GT lets you easily get to all your pedals and concentrate on your playing. This is one sexy beast. I couldn't agree more. That's the description from the freight from IdeaBench. I suggest you check those guys out. You can get smaller versions as well too. That's the larger board. I love it in the red. I was teasing some pictures on Facebook. I was throwing some up there on my Facebook a while back, and there's one where the unit was opened up, and people were saying, "Is that like an air intake thing for your Camaro? What was it?" And it's very, very cool. So that was obviously that came from Jody as well at Pedalsnake. They're doing some things together, and there's going to be one more piece of that puzzle. Strymon is sending a power supply for that as well too, and going to be working in conjunction with these fine people as well too. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Joanna and Rick at IdeaBench. Very good people. I've only got to know them for just virtually through email exchanges and things like that. But I know, come NAMM again next year and things like that, we'll probably get to meet in person and do some work together. So I'm really looking forward to that. Good people. As Adam Reaver would say from fu-tone.com, it's the good guy network, good guy and girl network. It's good people. So thank you. I'm really excited about that. So watch for that coming next Friday. And that's also when I'm going to be having Jamie Humphreys on the show as well too. So we're going to be it's going to be a fun Friday, and knock on wood, Canadian Power doesn't go out again. That would be a real bummer. So let's go back over to the chat just for a moment, okay? Let me see here. Okay, so a couple of people talking about the pedal, the EP booster. Let me see here. Here again, I wish I had that flag to flag or not flag, but highlighting thing. Good. Okay, so a lot of people saying cleans up beautifully. Rod Goodbrand says, this is the amp I've been waiting for. Same here, Adam Lynch meets Jakey Lee. Wow, nice clean from GRAM74. Okay, yeah, so there we go. Nick Vi talking about the next Van Halen tour. U.S. American-made guitarist Tone Monster Eric, thank you. Michael Smith, I agree. Jakey Lee sounding killer. Frank C, switching channels seems smooth. Yeah, I think I got that. Looks like the 412 cab is the way to go. Yeah, if I had to start all over and going to buy my first, series here, I would buy the Lunchbox II and I'd buy a 412. It might be overkill for most things. Here again, maybe a 212s. So you could bring, one half of the stack with you in your, your trunk of your car and bring the Lunchbox with you. Something like that as well too. Let me see here. Rockbiter, DeMaternity Tone. I get tongue twisters sometimes. You know what I'm trying to say. Warren DeMaternity. Good stuff, Eric. Sounds great, Eric. Adam Powers. Great answer. Thanks. Let me see. So Bill Camporis about the EP booster. Let me see. I just got here. So G-Ram was asking how the MXR 5150 pedal sounds through it. It sounds phenomenal. I will try and give you another example. And I see down at the bottom too, my little guy, Bane Rocks, is joining us. Great. Actually, Bane Rocks, little Eric Jr. is one who got me into YouTube. Had it not been for him, I would not be doing what I do. The kid's a genius, and he's going to be taking over. He'll be running this show. I mean, he's got the same name, Eric Broadbending. We'll just switch over the channel. It's all his. And this is all his gear when I get old and decrepit. So he's a great kid. And as you saw in the unboxing, you know I'm pretty proud of the guy. Let me see. Hey, he says, hey, Dad. Hey, buddy. Right back at you. Let me see here. So Rocamp is saying his MXR 51 pedal is great. I use it with the CAE line booster. Same concept. Yes, I've heard about that pedal and I haven't tried it. US American Made Guitar says, love Pedal Snake. Mine still works after 8 years. Exactly. Jody has sent me 2 before this one, and I only had 1 as a backup. I never had to use it, and I mean, I used it on the road religiously. It saw a lot of torture and abuse, and it still performed up to this day. Matter of fact, you can probably see it. No, you can't see it with my chair. Let's see if I can turn my chair a little bit. Where is it at? No, you can't see it. It's back behind me on the rack back there anyways. You can't see it. That's the older one. Michael Smith says Pedal Snake products are made like a tank. I agree. And yeah, JJ Collins is saying that's a crazy board. Really nice. I'm thrilled about it. I'm really thrilled, honestly. It's going to be a great week. Let me see here. Great setup at the beginning. I love that board. Looks like Tony Stark built it. I agree. Isn't that cool? Like an Iron Man kind of thing, isn't it? Bane Rocks is saying hi to Michael. And thank you everyone too that joined the other night when we had the unboxing on Eric's birthday. He really made his day and my whole family's day. Sandra Lee here, who's Poison Ivy, and myself. It was very nice to share a birthday with, I call you guys and girls here on the channel family. I really appreciate it. Speaking of family, we have 55 people watching right now. 55 of our family members, 39 thumbs up, and who cares about the thumbs down? Let me see. Scott Tucker says, beautiful board. And U.S. American Made Guitar says, got a drink, cigar, and EVH Gear discussion going on this Saturday night. That's my party this weekend. Fantastic. Well, I always like to say, I like to try to be your warm-up band for the weekend, which is on Friday. And unfortunately, losing Hydro, I had to postpone that. And it's really funny, too. I had a bit of a mix-up this week. I was assuming, and I assumed wrong, I had Jamie Humphreys on the show last night. And so I sent him a message, I think on Wednesday. I said, hey, I just got a couple last-minute things to go over with you for the itinerary for Friday. And then I scared him. He goes, what? And then I realized, oh, no, it's not till next week. And I made my first scheduling error in an entire year. I didn't have anything booked for Friday. So I figured that'd be the perfect time to go do this demo. And then, of course, we had no power. So, I mean, what can you do, right? But Jamie's coming next Friday, and he'll be doing some live playing on the air as well, too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. He's got some Music Man guitars, and he's more of a Mesa Boogie guy, but he'll be playing some of that stuff. We won't get too upset at him for playing Mesa Boogie on the show. It's okay. But this amp back here has been a long time coming, been waiting for it. I did get to play it at NAMM, as a few people mentioned in the chat. And the reason why I didn't notice that volume issue on the distortion channel that I was talking about, and for those who are just joining now, I was saying earlier you have to turn up the distortion channel to really let it breathe. And it was quite loud in NAMM. Believe it or not, in a small booth the size that it was quite loud. So Matt had cranked that up. On the channel, you can see it on the YouTube channel here. There's the update from NAMM, and you're seeing me playing the Lunchbox, and I think it sounds pretty cool. Very, very cool. So lots of thumbs up. Let me see here. Oh, you know what? You can hold down the left mouse button over the... Yeah, you know, I could do that. It's a very good idea. I just did that. Bill Compar says you can hold the left mouse button over the text. Yeah, just kind of draw around it and highlight it. Then I'll know where I left off. Common sense. I'm a computer guy, and I didn't even think of that. Good one, Bill. I appreciate that. Yeah, Pedalboard's coming next week. I'm just going to go over a couple more tones again. A lot of people are asking, how does the 5150 overdrive sound into it through the clean channel? So I'll do that. Let me see if I can do a couple things here. I'll try to phrase a couple things here clean through the Lunchbox, and then I'm going to loop that, and then I'll use the MXR 5150 overdrive to do the distortion. How does that sound? So let me just kill this one phrase that's left in the boss. Okay, I just have to press and hold it to clear that. All right, so what channel are we on? All right. Okay, we'll try that. So I'm gonna see if I can phrase that. So here we go. And when I go to the distortion, it's going to be the MXR 5150. And one good way to tell that I'm not using amp distortion is you won't see that back there change to blue. It's going to stay on green. So I'm going to record, and then we'll see where that goes. All right. So put it in record mode. And this is very hard when you're stepping on a pedal board under the desk. Okay, here we go. Couple mess ups in there, but that's the MXR 5150 overdrive. I mean, it has a pretty darn good tone. Let's try something a little bit drop D. So there you go. That was strictly all MXR 5150 overdrive into the clean of that amp. And I got a kind of lost a thread here on the detuner, so I'm a little bit out of tune there a bit. But there you go. So thanks to Bill Comporis' good suggestion of highlighting the text, I found out where I left off. So Carlo Santin says, just got here, can't wait to hear some playing, Eric. Let me see here. Chris Kerr, Letter Scream, Eric. Michael Smith says, got to run. Got to see Kings of Leon later and have a great rest of your weekend. Cool, that'd be a good band to go see. And Poison Ivy saying, awesome, enjoy. Let me see here. Did I mention birthday cake? Yes, sweet like that. Guitar, US American Made Guitars says, I'm just bringing my levels back a little hot. I have the same 5150 overdrive, love it. Wow, sounds huge from GRAM74. Sounds phenomenal from Adam, Charlie S. Hey, I'm late. No problem. Check it. I'm going to be wrapping up here momentarily. We're just about 3 minutes away from the hour, and I think that'd be a good way to end because an hour of me is too much. Let me see here. Craig Wannabe, let's hear 316 on the clean channel. You know what? I might do that for you, but I gotta switch guitars. That's great. 5150 pedal is killer, and I know Poison Ivy will love that. That's her favorite song. I play it to her all the time to fall asleep. This sounds much better than the techno music blasting here at Deafy Gravity, where I'm waiting on the boys to finish just jumping. Guitar Wannabe love the clean channel, and Poison obviously is thumbing up the, or she's loving the 316. Let me grab another guitar here for a sec. This will be the last Be Right Back, I promise you that, and then I'm going to let everyone go, okay? So we got about 3 minutes left, and I promise we'll wrap up. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you for watching EVH Gear Discussion. We'll be right back. Please be sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching EVH Gear Discussion. We'll be right back. Please be sure to subscribe.
Okay, and I'm back. And I promised some people too I'd be doing some PV Wolfgang playing as well too. And this one's for Guitar Wannabe Craig. We're talking about the pickup rings, and I said how they looked really nice on his guitar. He's putting them on the purple one. I've had these chrome ones on here for quite some time. This is a patent pending USA PV Wolfgang. This has been my main guitar with Finding Core for many years. It's had the Futone treatment as well. Other than there's no big brass block in the back. That's the thing I have to do as well. As well soon too. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a sample. This one sounds like distorted, and then I will do that 316 for you. And to go easy on me, it's such a simple song, and I only play it for Sandra Lee here, so I don't practice as much as I should. Let's clear this loop progression. Let's get rid of that, and let's put on a bit of a longer delay. Let's see what I got here. Oh. And I'm actually tuned up to concert pitch here too. If I wasn't tuned, I should have checked the guitar before I played. This one's got hotter pickups. I have to, which is strange. At least the volumes levels are different here too. I'm going to bring the levels back on the, oh, no, I know what it is too. It's this vocal mic. All right. So let's see what we can do here. Let's try some distortion first. All right, so this guitar plays really nice. I'm going to try to do the 316 here for you as well. So let's get a nice, beautiful sound, and let's get to, I want to use the J-Rocket Tranquilizer, I think. Let's see what we got there. That's pretty good. Maybe we'll try the chorus. That'll work. Okay, I'm going to roll my vocal mic back. There you go. A little bit of improv, and I totally messed up a bunch of stuff in that. But there you go. Some clean and distortion for you. I am going to let everybody go here in just a moment. I mean, I can carry on all night long, but I don't want to wear out my welcome. Let's go back, and I didn't highlight the last spot where I left off. Yes, I did. 316. Brian M. says, keep playing for another hour, please. Hey, Charlie. Let me see here. Rocamp 556 says, sounds amazing. Let me see here. Never too much. I appreciate that. Take care, everyone. Michael Kennedy's heading out. Long live the Lunchbox II. Love the demo tonight. What's the master set at? Back there, the very low actually at this point. Like, it sounds loud. The clean channel master is probably at around 2.5. And the distortion master very, very close to that as well too. So somewhere around 2.5. Very it's quite low, but it's loud. Let me see here. Chris Kerr says he thinks I found the sweet spot with the amp. Good job, sounded great. Charlie, yeah. So Eric, I just got there. New Lunchbox, big step up from original. Yes, for sure. Go back and watch this when it's done. I'm going to be hanging up the conversation here momentarily and rewind this and check out some of the my highlights of it. I think it is a big step up for sure. Let me see here. Bill Campora says, I love the seasoned neck on that, the Wolfgang. Yes, it's a very beautiful neck. Take a look at the back of this thing. Try and get the angle of it. Very, very nice. It's a beautiful Wolfgang for sure. Let me see here. Axe sounds deadly. She's much beefier sounding. It is. It's got some real pizzazz to it. I think it's years of having beers and things like that spilt in the bars all over this thing. It's really seen all across Canada and into the States, that's for sure. Let me see here. Long live EVH and the broadbands. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Rocamp says awesome playing. Poison Ivy says I so love this. Yeah, I figured you like that one. I'll play that one for you acoustically later tonight too. The one you were just talking about. U.S. American says rippin'. Black guitar. What kind of pickups are in that one? Yeah, these are PVs. These are stock Wolfgang pickups. It's totally stock. Yep. And it is funny. It was really beefy. The output was much louder for some reason. And I personally like the EVH Gear, the EVH brand pickups better than the PV ones. But this sounded hot tonight. There's something special about it. It sounded really good. Dan Willite says, great show and great playing, Eric. This is definitely the best demo Lunchbox I've seen. I really appreciate that. And it means a lot to me. And I do think it is one of the first live demo and reviews. Everyone's got one out. Everyone's getting one out there and they're doing their stuff. And that's cool. I want to see them too. Send me links when people are doing them. But I think this might be one of the first ones in this environment doing a live demo and review. Hope so. Anyways, very cool. And Poison Ivy says encore. Great demos. Adam says guitarists need a beer from time to time. They do. So listen, that being said, 50 people watching. This is a great way. I always like to go out on a high note. It's not that I don't want to entertain you guys all night, but there's some people that will get sick of me very quickly. And I never want people to be tired of me. I want people wanting more. So I think an hour and 7 minutes, is that about right? That's what it says, is just about the sweet spot. If you like this video, share it with some of your friends. Say, hey, Eric did a really cool video the other day. If you think it's cool, the Lunchbox II did a live demo and review. What are my thoughts? Love the amplifier. What are the highlights compared to the Lunchbox 1? Clean channel. You can run a distortion pedal into it. What are the differences between anything that's slightly negative? Only slightly negative I can say in the Lunchbox 2 is if you think that the distortion channel on the blue channel is a little fizzy, you're playing it too low. Turn it up. Turn the volume up, not to earth-shattering volumes, but turn it up and it comes to life. Phenomenal amplifier. I recommend both of them. Not everyone can afford both. Get whatever you see fit. If you don't have one yet, get the Lunchbox 2. I think you'll enjoy it. Go check out everything at evhgear.com. See everything that's new from NAMM. Most of you people have it on pre-order already and have some of the stuff that actually you have in your rooms. Take a look at my website as well, too, evhgeardiscussion.com. There's all of our social media links on there, everything you can find the show, all that kind of stuff. Bounce over, follow on Instagram, all that good stuff. I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. I really appreciate everyone joining for this hour and a few minutes tonight. It was a real honor to be able to bring this to you, and I would love to see you share some of the stuff if you enjoy it. So I'm going to turn it over to the little man, and big thank you again to Jody at Pedal Snake. Big thanks to my sponsors, VanHalenStore.com, Simple Signs and Graphics, and Joanna and Rick at Idea Bench. Thank you so much. Looking forward to working with you very, very soon. So I am going. Oh, hang on. Let me see here. Bill Compor says, thanks for the review, Eric. And I appreciate that. No problem. It's my pleasure. I just appreciate you guys coming back here. Coming up on the 3,000 subscriber mark, I'm going to be giving away a Wolfgang guitar as well, too. A brand new one. We'll be talking about that soon. We want to put that 3,000 subscriber milestone up there and give away a nice prize for doing that. It's come a long way in a year and a month, from 30 subscribers to almost 3,000. So that's a nice increase. I can live with that. Everyone, love you guys all so much, guys and girls. I'm rambling too much. We'll see you real soon. Turn over to the little man and hit me up on Facebook. Ask me all those questions. Anything you want to do, I'm always here for you. Love you guys. Cheers.
My name is Eric and I'm playing Wolfgang guitar.
Video production services provided by Design 39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs.